Logic serves a purpose, yes, but it is your intuition that actually points you in the right direction to get started. I actually got a C in logic class and barely even a C. Writing, speaking, communication, that was always my strong suit in school, and math and science, not so much. But in math, I did well still because I listened to what I needed, my instincts, and then I was able to give myself what I needed and then succeed. So in this video, I'm going to talk about listening to yourself so that you can give yourself what you need. And that is by following your instincts, which are not logical. The year that I stopped doing that, following my instincts in what I needed in math class, my grades started to tank. And I learned, so for me, I learned by writing, I learned by taking notes. And in algebra, for example, while math was challenging for me, I remember I did very well in algebra. I got an A or a B because knowing what I needed, I would write the formula each time before getting started on the problem. And the formula, by writing it each time, I memorized it, and it might take me a few extra seconds, but then I had the foundation from which to start and then solve the problem. And so I always did very well. Now, when I was 15, I transferred schools. At 15, well, I had a very challenging time at home with my mom and my stepdad. We didn't get along, and I was miserable, and I was just becoming more and more sad and depressed and disconnected. And I was smart enough to know at 15 years old that I needed to take myself out of my environment and change my environment. Now, thankfully, I had an option to do that. So that was me following my instincts, and so that I could see what I needed and then give myself that. So I moved to live with my dad, but the school system was different, and I noticed that the other students didn't take notes. So I stopped listening to my instincts and I stopped taking notes, and my grades started to tank. So in one area, I was listening to my intuition, and I changed my environment, and I was slowly starting to rebuild my self-esteem and get happier and feel better about myself. But in school, I stopped listening to my instincts, which were letting me know that you need to take notes. This is how you learn. And as a result, my grades were really bad. So then in college, I enrolled in, I had to have a math requirement. And so I first enrolled in statistics, and I later dropped out because my brain was just not having that at all. And I thought, oh, I'll take logic. That'll be easier. No, logic is still not my thing. I did get a C, thankfully, and I graduated. But I've always been a dreamer, and I encourage you to be a dreamer too. Now, dreaming, daydreaming, aspiring about bigger goals that you want to achieve, that's not logical. That is your instinct, that is your intuition. But I am telling you, your instincts will never point you in a direction that is not meant for you. Your instincts, for each and every one of us, they are strong, and they are there to guide us and to protect us. That is how strong your instincts are, but the key is listening, and most people don't listen. So to their instincts rather. Logic definitely serves a purpose, but not if you can't first identify your direction. So for that, you want to dream, you want to pay attention to what excites you and those curiosities to point you in the direction. And then after you get started in that direction, that's when you apply logic.